Academy of Arts, 8th International Scientific Conference, The Role of the Arts in Sustainable Development. Theme 3, The Role of Sustainable Development in Preserving Identity and Heritage. Using technology to document and preserve folklore digitally, May 2025 online. Utilizing digital technology to document and preserve folklore by Saad Abdul, Maguid, Saleh. Folklore comprises the traditions, narratives, and cultural expressions passed down through generations, embodying a community's core beliefs and values. In an era of rapid societal advancement, preserving these cultural heritages is essential. Digital technology plays a pivotal role in this endeavor by offering innovative methods to document, safeguard, and enhance the accessibility of folklore. This paper examines a range of digital tools, including audio and video recording, online archiving, and social media engagement that contribute to effective folklore preservation. It also addresses challenges such as maintaining cultural authenticity, navigating ethical considerations, and fostering community involvement. Based on these insights, the paper provides recommendations for researchers, cultural institutions, and policymakers to ensure that folklore remains accessible, respected, and integral to our cultural heritage in the digital age. Challenges and limitations of digitizing folklore and potential solutions. Digitizing folklore presents various challenges and limitations that affect the preservation and transmission of cultural heritage. This paper explores these challenges and suggests potential solutions to overcome them, promoting an effective approach to the digitization of folklore. 1. Cultural authenticity and representation. One of the primary challenges in digitizing folklore is maintaining cultural authenticity. Folklore is deeply rooted in the cultural context and practices of specific communities. The process of digitization often involves interpreting and translating these narratives into formats that may not fully capture their essence. This misrepresentation can lead to a dilution of cultural identity and an inaccurate portrayal of traditions. Solution: to address this issue, it is essential to involve community members in the digitization process. Collaborating with cultural custodians ensures that the narratives are presented authentically and that the cultural significance is preserved. By prioritizing inclusive practices, digitization can reflect the community's voice and perspectives. 2. Technological limitations. Technological constraints pose significant challenges in digitizing folklore. Not all communities have equal access to digital technologies, which can lead to disparities in representation. Additionally, the formats used for digitization may not be accessible to all users, particularly those from marginalized backgrounds. Solution: to overcome these technological limitations, it is crucial to implement community-focused digital literacy programs. These programs can educate individuals on the use of digital tools, ensuring broader access and participation in the digitization process. Furthermore, employing multiple formats, audio, visual, text, can enhance accessibility and engagement for diverse audiences. 3. Intellectual property issues. Intellectual property rights present another challenge in the digitization of folklore. Many traditional stories and practices are considered communal property, leading to complexities in ownership and usage rights. This can result in conflicts over who has the right to digitize and share these cultural expressions. Solution: establishing clear guidelines for intellectual property rights is vital. Developing community agreements that outline the terms of use can help protect the rights of cultural creators while facilitating responsible sharing of folklore. Engaging legal experts alongside community representatives can ensure that the digitization process respects cultural ownership and promotes fair practices. 4. Digital preservation and longevity. The rapid evolution of technology raises concerns about the longevity of digitized folklore. Digital formats can become obsolete, risking the loss of valuable cultural heritage. Moreover, the preservation of digital materials requires ongoing investment and resources that may not be readily available. Solution: to enhance the longevity of digitized folklore, it is essential to adopt sustainable preservation practices. Utilizing open source platforms and and adhering to digital archiving standards can help maintain accessibility over time. Additionally, fostering partnerships between academic institutions, cultural organizations, and technology providers can ensure that resources are allocated for ongoing preservation efforts. Digitizing folklore is a complex endeavor that demands careful consideration of cultural authenticity, technological access, intellectual property rights, and preservation strategies. By actively involving communities, investing in digital literacy, establishing clear guidelines for ownership, and adopting sustainable practices, the challenges associated with digitizing folklore can be effectively addressed. This collaborative approach not only preserves cultural heritage, but also enriches our understanding of diverse narratives in the digital age. The Higher Institute of Folklore at the Academy of Arts, with its expertise in folklore studies, would play a pivotal role in digitizing Egyptian folklore by conducting in-depth research, developing effective methodologies for documentation and preservation, training students and researchers in relevant skills, and establishing strong partnerships with local communities. The American University in Cairo, with its robust academic and technological resources, could significantly contribute to this effort by providing technical support and guidance, facilitating international collaborations, and promoting digital literacy among community members and researchers. The long-term impacts of digitizing folklore on cultural heritage preservation and transmission. Digitization has transformed various aspects of society, including the way cultural heritage is preserved and transmitted. Folklore, often comprising oral traditions, myths, legends, and local stories, plays a crucial role in shaping cultural identities. This paper explores the potential long-term impacts of digitizing folklore on the preservation and transmission of cultural heritage to future generations. Preservation of folklore through digitization. The digitization of folklore allows for the preservation of cultural narratives that might otherwise be lost due to globalization and modernization. Digital archiving provides a means to document and store oral histories, songs, and traditional practices in a way that is accessible to a wider audience. For instance, the Smithsonian Institution's Folkways recordings have digitized numerous audio recordings of folk music, ensuring that these cultural expressions remain available for research and enjoyment. Moreover, digital platforms can safeguard endangered languages and dialects by providing resources for learning and teaching. The Endangered Languages Project, for example, works to document and promote languages at risk of extinction, thereby preserving not only the language itself, but also the cultural narratives that accompany it. Accessibility and transmission of folklore. Digitization enhances the accessibility of folklore, allowing diverse populations to engage with their cultural heritage. Online archives and social media platforms enable individuals from various backgrounds to share and learn about folklore. This democratization of knowledge fosters a sense of belonging and cultural pride among communities, particularly among younger generations who may not have direct access to traditional storytelling practices. However, while accessibility increases, there are concerns regarding the authenticity and context of digitized folklore. The act of digitization can strip away the nuances and meanings embedded in oral traditions, which are often deeply rooted in specific cultural contexts. As noted by Bruckuk 2016, the digital format may lead to oversimplification and misinterpretation of cultural narratives, emphasizing the need for responsible digitization practices that honor the original traditions. Impacts on cultural identity. The digitization of folklore can have profound implications for cultural identity. On one hand, it serves as a means of revitalizing interest in cultural heritage, allowing communities to reconnect with their roots. On the other hand, there is a risk of homogenization, where unique cultural expressions are diluted in the digital space. The global nature of the internet can lead to a situation where dominant cultures overshadow local traditions, potentially resulting in the loss of cultural diversity. Furthermore, the commercialization of folklore in digital formats can lead to exploitation. As cultural narratives are shared widely, there is a potential for appropriation, where elements of a culture are used outside their original context for profit. This raises ethical questions about ownership and representation in the digital age. Results and recommendation. Results. 1. Cultural heritage preservation. Effective use of digital technology is vital for documenting and preserving folklore, ensuring cultural narratives are maintained for future generations. 2. Innovative digital tools. The integration of digital archives, social media, and multimedia platforms has transformed how folklore is preserved and shared, enhancing community engagement. 3. Complex challenges. Digitizing folklore requires careful attention to cultural authenticity, access to technology, intellectual property rights, and sustainable practices. 4. Ethical considerations. Significant ethical issues arise regarding cultural ownership and representation, necessitating respect for the originating cultures and prevention of misappropriation. 5. Community involvement. Active participation from communities is essential for inclusive and representative digitization, empowering them to take ownership of their cultural heritage. 6. Authenticity and context. Preserving the authenticity of digitized folklore involves understanding cultural context and engaging with source communities, ensuring ethical representation. 7. Cultural appreciation. Digitization enhances understanding and appreciation of diverse cultures, but must be approached with sensitivity to address potential challenges. 8. Collaboration and best practices. Continuous collaboration and adherence to best practices are crucial for maintaining the integrity of cultural traditions in the digital realm. 9. Global accessibility. Digitized folklore offers a unique opportunity to share cultural narratives globally, emphasizing the importance of ethical standards and cultural context in representation. Future directions. Researchers and cultural institutions must adopt innovative strategies for promoting folklore, ensuring it remains a vital aspect of cultural identity in the digital age. Conclusion. As digital technology continues to reshape cultural engagement, it is imperative for researchers, cultural institutions, and policymakers to adopt innovative approaches for the preservation and promotion of folklore. By implementing these recommendations, stakeholders can ensure that folklore remains a vital part of cultural identity in the digital